Hi guys, welcome back. I am finally back at the haunt. I don't know what people have been recording at this point. You will have already watched it on the vlog. I've been working a lot at my job. That's why I haven't been here. I've worked till like midnight every night for the last 8 days, so haven't been here at the haunt at least to do enough to record. But today it's gonna be a long day. I've already been driving around all day. We went and got materials and all kinds of other shit. Here's the plan for today. We finish our stable. It's almost done. I gotta throw in 2 more legs here and here, and then I need to put plywood around it and plywood on top, and then it's done. I also have to anchor it down, but then it's done. Then tonight, Stefan's supposed to meet me up here, and we're going to be sculpting and molding a body tonight. This way we can start to crank out our own kind of foam bodies. This is our plan, at least. We've heard people say it won't work. We've seen where it will work. We're gonna try it. We're gonna throw our hat over the fence and get this shit done. We're gonna try it. Let me show you some stuff over here that the crew has been working on throughout the week. So the doll room, where we've already expanded it. You can see where we added our walls, pushed that back. This room, Jacob had something built in here, but it was wrong. So we had to tear down the whole room and start from scratch. So he'll be getting that done. Roach room, here's the progress. Eric's he's been working in here all week, or for about 2 weeks now. We're making it very much like some kind of a den that you're walking through, where there's just junk surrounding you on every side. It's not that we are rebuilding this room, we're just repropping it, changing it up. Then you've got freak room here, going into the freak room. This is new. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but they can kind of pick which path they go. Not going to go that way. I saw a ladder there in the way. And then this is what you've got so far for propping in the freak room. Big old broken wall. And this is just with our props up. We've not done any distressing yet. You've got sliding floor right here. Slipping, sliding, and falling. And then this is the money shot. Our knife board there. Yep. Devin's done a really great job in here, propping it all out. And yeah, that's what we've been working on so far over the past week or so, getting all that done. And it's almost done. It's got a few elements left to add in there, and then we'll be ready to distress it and get out of there, move to the roach room, get that room done, while Jacob is building the doll room so we can get that room painted, propped, distressed, and done. My dad was up here yesterday and the last few days working on the marionette, which will go in our doll room once it's done. And yeah. So anyway, I'm going to get to work on this. We've also been doing a lot of work on haunt pages. If you don't use haunt pages for every haunted house product that you need, go to haunt pages. It'll hook you up with whatever you need to find. We have vendors who have it. If you are a vendor, I'll say it again, it's free. Hook it up, get on there, sign up. It's free advertising. I can't offer you anything better than free. Haunted Hills Productions. We've been working on a lot of new products that we're rolling out for Midwest Haunters. Recreating a lot of products that we already had. Like we've got iBite helmet over here, making a slight modification to it. We'll have dolls again that we've ordered. We're working on clown costumes. We're working on new masks. I haven't sculpted anything yet because I want to get this body done. Once that body's done, I've got a load of mask ideas that will get done. At least 2 clown masks will be done because I need those for another project. So that's something else. We're working on another haunt right after Midwest Haunters. There's a lot of stuff going on here right now. I'm gonna get working on that table, get that done, and then start working on something else. Alright, so the stable is done, and we're gonna start sculpting this fucker. Alright, so here I've laid out this kind of armature, just so we have a reference that we know we need to have our clay higher than those. I've also, we actually traced my body, so that's on there. We know where our lines are, stuff like that, and we're gonna start adding clay on this guy. Alright, so here is our sculpted out body. Pretty good for our first ever sculpted out body, if you ask me. I think it looks pretty nice. So this sculpting process is going to be, or this molding process is going to be a little different than any other. I'm going to start out, since we're sculpting on plywood, I'm going to take our Vaseline and just lay it out all around him so that there's a layer of that everywhere, so that we have a good release off our table once it's done. And then I've done about twice as much water as I usually do. We're not super worried about any details on him. We just want a shape. We'll be adding anything we need. We'll be adding like a mask, hair, clothes, hands, all kinds of stuff on this. This is just a basic body form. So I'm not worried so much about our bottom layer, where the whole like like capturing any detail. So we're just going to be using our cups and just kind of pouring a layer of plaster all over it to get a base coat on it. It's going to be very messy, but not a big deal. So I'm going to start with that, and then we're going to work from there. Hopefully get this guy going pretty good. Alright, so we got our first layer, kind of our second layer of plaster on also, all over this guy. So next batch, I'll probably add even more water so we can mix up a lot of plaster in that. Because now we're going to have to start to kind of build up around him. I might have to put water in this one too, so we can get a third layer on there. But next we'll start actually with our burlap, laying it on there all over, and then kind of building up around it once the plaster kind of thickens. So here we go. Alright guys, so we got 2 layers of plaster on here, 1 layer of the burlap. I need to do probably 2 more layers of plaster on this whole guy. I'll knock that out tomorrow, but I think what I'll end up actually doing is right here at his feet, I'll build a dam and just kind of fill in his legs and armholes with plaster, so those get a good layer. Then just start kind of building up around him and over top to get a good. Alright guys, for the haunt again. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap up the rest of this body, just get more plaster on it. This is all dry, we did this last night. We just need to kind of add a bunch of strength, make this kind of a big cocoon that this guy's wrapped in. So to do that, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make a dam right here. Basically, I'm going to put something up on his feet so I can just pour plaster all in here and just fill it up to where it's all right here, so we get a smooth kind of layer there. Add burlap about halfway, and then just kind of fill it up completely. And then I'll probably do the same thing here, same thing over there. So we just get a smooth kind of thing all over, so I can cover this guy in plaster. Just start adding layers, getting them all covered up. After that, I've got a bunch of costume work I got to do for HHP. Get that done so we can move on and start working on new shit. So I'm going to be here all night. A lot of stuff to do. Hopefully a lot of progress. I don't know who's going to come up and help me. If I'll have any help, who knows? We'll see. Let's get shit done. Alright guys, so this, I'm going to call this done. I put a big piece of burlap in here, a big piece all here, and a big piece all here, so all that has burlap in it, and then I did another layer of plaster over the whole thing after that. That used up a lot of plaster, and I wish I had maybe 2 more batches to just build up, but I don't, so I'm going to try to start breaking this up. I mean, this guy has, I think now about 5 or 6 layers of plaster on them, so I'm going to be using pry bars to try to get underneath, just kind of break around all the edges, and then see if I can start to be very gentle and get this guy to flip over. That's our goal here right now, just to flip it over. I don't know how heavy it is or anything, but we're going to try to get this done, see how it goes. Alright guys, so after all that, a lot of fucking work, here's the end result. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's got a lot of cracks, a lot of broken parts. We break here, this is all exposed, but it's not a big deal. Because for one, if you think about a body, its legs and its arms won't be exposed. It's gonna have gloves on it. It'll have a shirt, a dress, whatever. I wouldn't show its arms. That's why I didn't, and it was never in our plan anyway. That's why I didn't add any detail in those pieces. So I can fill these. I can add reinforcement. I can make it all smooth, all that stuff, and make it perfect from the inside. And then we can start making our own bodies. And on top of it, it's just for us. And it works for what I'm trying to do, so it's not a big deal at all. So now we have this mold, and we'll start cranking out our own bodies to kind of populate our rooms. So yeah, this isn't a product that I'll have for like anyone to even buy, so I'm not worried about the quality of it as much. So yeah, within the next few weeks, I'll have to order more plaster because that took way more than I expected it to, but I will be able to kind of fill all those cracks, kind of fix it. I have a bit of plaster left. I don't know if it's enough to do what I need to on that, but I will order more because I'll have to anyway. I had to sculpt mask, everything else. But yeah, the next step on that, after I fix it, I will spray it down with latex, and then we'll have to order expanding foam to start cranking out our bodies, see how much it's going to take, see what's going to happen. So anyway, I'm going to get back to working on costumes. Now that's done, try to get this shit done. So far I've got those dresses done. I got to do these flannels. I've got, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flannels to knock out. And then I got to do some other stuff. Got a few hours, so I'm going to start working on this shit. Let's get done. Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are working on many things. We have Eric working in the roach room. It should be getting wrapped up today, so that'll be done. I'm going to get the last few things that he needs right now. I have Devin working in the freak room. That room should also be done today. So we'll have 2 rooms fucking done, ready for lighting and audio. Freak room, the only thing that the freak room won't have is the body we bought because it's not here yet, but that'll go up once it's done. And then we got to get knives to jam in the board. Other than that, we got a bunch of people here working on costumes, ripping stuff up. We're painting stuff. That's loud. I'm going to the hardware store right now to get the stuff I need so we can keep working. We spent the whole day so far cleaning up the haunt. So you can see it's all that. It's been about 2.5 hours that we've been cleaning up, just because it's been a mess. So we're gonna be ripping up costumes, getting stuff done for the Midwest Haunters, which is in about a few weeks actually, because it's getting to the end of April, so we got to get that stuff done. Apart from that, later on we might be doing some fire stuff, so stay tuned for fire. We are currently remodeling the makeup and costume room. Everything's a mess with molds all over the floor. Everyone's working on costumes out here. I'm working on stuff. We got these done. Working on this last one of those before I start working on a nurse's dress for a customer. Stuff's moving along nicely. Hi guys, I'm all spooky. So we just took a promo picture for Midwest Haunters. Any of you guys who want to, so there's a few things happening at Midwest Haunters. If you guys are coming in June, it's in Chicago, in case you didn't know that. We will be there So if you want to meet us, come on by. We have a booth. We actually have 2 booths, one for Haunted Hills Productions where you can meet all the people, you can buy our products, buy our masks, costumes, whatever, all the stuff that we have to offer. And we also have our Haunted House booth where we'll have our characters. I'll be there in costume. I'm also teaching 2 classes at Midwest Haunters, so if you want to have a class, learn some stuff, learn a lot of stuff all at once, take one of those. You can find those on, I'm sure you can find those on midwesthaunters.com, .net, .org, whatever the hell it is. So let me show you the updates in our rooms that we are working on. Here is the doll room. We've got our actor walkway built, as well as our doll case there. So that's done, and we're starting to lay up and build our bookshelf, angled bookshelf in here. We'll be holding our dolls. Eric's been working in the roach room here, and this is just probably the most propped out room we've ever done. Just every square inch of this room has stuff in it. It is a hoarder's room. It's just encapsulated everything that we've kind of taught forever. This obviously won't be here. This is just where he's been piling boxes, but you can see just the junk layered up above, layered over here. That TV will have more stuff on top of it, as well as be playing stuff on the walls. It's great. So all that's pretty much left in here is to run our lath across, maybe do some other kind of propping in this area, we'll see. But yeah, and you've got Freak Room. We have Devin in here working. We just took our promo picture in here. Go this way. But we're wrapping up the last few things right now. I'm stuck. So she made this awesome sign. Looks fantastic, hand painted. She's really good at that. We got the light working in this guy. She got the carnival sign up. Looks really good. More dangerous things to hang up above. Right now she's working on some prop rope. That's right, even our rope is going to be propped so that we can put a lantern inside of a rope. It's very much like an old carnival-y thing to have that, so that's going to be pretty cool. And then we're almost done here, so looking good. Nice job, Devin. You're doing so great.
Thank you.
Anyway, let's go check out the pit in the costume room.
Doesn't look like you're ready to go.
So this is where we were working on costumes and stuff.
And then
They got, this is our new nurse's dress. If you guys are interested, we will have these available at Haunted Hills Productions booth at Midwest Haunters. We did some reorganizing in here. Got stuff moved around. This new makeup area for silicone work over here. This is our new prop making, costume making, mold making area. Moved some stuff around. We've got mold storage over here. All of our paints and stuff over there, so you can see how much we use.
Excuse me. All of this cleaning and organization was brought to you by Shannon and Stefan. They still have openings. Give them a call.
Oh yeah, great. So yeah, lots of stuff got done in here. Last thing, let's check out this mold.
promoted as like a...
Right here, we flipped this over. As you can see, there's a lot of cracking in it, but it's not a big deal. I can fix it. I can rebuild him. We have the technology. So that's gonna all get fixed, and I'll show you how I do it when I do it so that we can start cranking out our foam bodies. So anyway, we're gonna get the hell out of here. We're gonna go see a movie. I'll tell you how it was. Let's leave. Hi guys, welcome back. So I'm heading up to the haunt. I'll be there for a couple hours today because I do have a wake that I'm going to later today. So once that's done, I'll be heading up there again. It's gonna be a lot of costume work happening with me at least. So I'll show you guys that. I'm also in kind of my spare time, so I'll get to work on this tomorrow as well. Well, all right, so here's where I'm at. So I showed you our body, and I asked a few haunters that I trust their opinions. They told me to not use any plaster bandages. I've never used any plaster bandages on anything, so I don't know what they are for, but I had this idea that I'll use those on our body mold, but apparently they're not very strong. So yesterday I ordered more plaster. It actually worked really great. I ordered it from Walmart.com. It was like 20 bucks a bag, and I actually got free shipping, so that's great. So I saved a lot of money because that stuff kills on shipping because it's 50 pounds a bag. So 100 pounds is gonna cost a lot for shipping. Anyway, so once I have that, I'll kind of repair the whole mold, and then I also ordered our foam and I ordered more latex, so as soon as that stuff is in, I'll be able to start cranking out bodies. Actually, I don't know if I'll be able to crank out bodies yet. I have to make a few foam props to use in our upcoming hunt in June, which what that is will be released really soon. We're looking at May 1st, hopefully. We'll be able to drop a promo or a picture or something, so we can get that out to you guys, showing you guys what the June hunt is. It's gonna be really fun, I promise. One thing I wanted to show you guys, I just left a movie rental store. I love movie rental stores. I was upset constantly as they closed a few years ago. Netflix is great, Hulu's great, Redbox is okay, but there's nothing, especially as a horror fan, there's nothing like walking through a movie rental store, grabbing a box, flipping it over, looking at all these probably crappy movies, maybe okay movies, and being able to look at like the pictures, read what it's about, all that stuff. Plus, movie rental stores have so much more. They have like the crappy popcorn, the candy, all that stuff. I love movie stores. It's so great. Yeah, so I went and I rented a few movies. Maybe I'll do some reviewing for you guys. None of these are like a big kind of a blockbuster movie. They're all more obscure. I've never heard of any of them. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make this a habit. So as I start to watch these, I'll tell you what I'm watching, what I picked out that week or whatever, and I'll tell you what I thought of it. I've seen all the scary movies, and I think I'm pretty good at judging the good ones and understanding what makes a scary movie good. So I'll tell you guys what I think. If you guys want to run out and check it out, I went to where I went is Family Video. It's one of kind of the last kind of chains of video stores. They're nationwide, so I'm sure there's probably one around you if you want to try to find it. I know there's one in Valpo and one in Hobart around me, and then there's one kind of farther away. So yeah, that's that. I'm heading to the hunt now. I'll get that movie stuff knocked out later. Yeah, like a few notes about movie stores. Like some of the best scary movies and like my favorite scary movies I've ever watched, I found just walking through like a Hollywood video way back when, or like a Blockbuster. So like I know I found House of a Thousand Corpses, which kind of started my love for Rob Zombie's scary movies, at least. That was like the last movie I found that was like, wow, this is great. House on Haunted Hill, I saw for the first time when I got it from a movie store. All kinds of stuff. I saw Fear, Amityville Horror, all kinds of stuff that just kind of pops out. The Ghoulies, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I'm heading to the haunt. As haunters, let's keep movie rental stores alive because it's fantastic. It's vintage. I'm heading to the haunt. I'm gonna work on costumes. We're gonna do some creepy stuff. Let's get it done. Hi guys, welcome back. Up here at the haunt, I'm in the freak room. It's basically done. Let me show you everything that we've had Devin working on for the past few days. So yesterday she got it all distressed, as you can see. All the cloth is all gross now. Everything's nasty and old looking, spooky. We added a few props up here on top of our popcorn maker, as well as popcorn in there. It's all gross. That is real popcorn that we added polyurethane to, so it preserves it. We got a few clown things up here. We made some like bottles that you would hit with a baseball, try to win a prize. These are actually glass, and they were actually clear. We sprayed them white, and then I sprayed black and kind of smeared it, so it made that old kind of screwed up metal bottle look. Just a look around the room. That's another sign that Devin painted. This room is awesome. So we've got our barrel. Up above, you've got all these kind of details. We put a bunch of blades and saws and carnival stuff all hanging. So it's very dangerous up there. It's kind of like a cartoon where there's all kinds of crap hanging up there that you wouldn't want to drop down on you. And we also had extra blades, so we used poly to make them stay here. We made this kind of rope thing out of a bunch of stuff. We used glues, we used poly, and then we've got our lantern, which will actually work. We just got to get some kind of nastiness here on our glass, and then that's ready. All that's really left to do in here is we got to get that thing right here, which I need a washer, and then our body for here, and then add blood and our knives in our board. So other than that, this room's done, wrapped up, and ready to move on. So that's that. Here's underneath of this. You can see it's all spooky in here too. Very much how I imagined it originally. So all that's left right here is we have to paint something here. We're kind of talking about what to actually write, because we want it to be kind of carnival-y, but also not cliche, something that's kind of been done 100,000 times. So anyway, there's that. Apart from that, we got to do a little bit of upgrade on the electric chairs to make it look kind of better and more like an electric chair. Probably add a few pieces of metal on it, maybe a few belts. I don't know. We'll make something happen to make it look creepy and more electric. So anyway, that's that room. We also got the roach room done. I don't know if you guys checked that out yet, but it's all detailed. I think we got one spot left that we just need to like hang something from, and then it's ready to go after we lay a carpet down to catch our falling rice. And then nothing's happened here in our doll room all week. Just waiting on Jacob to come work more in here. So this is all the same. Jacob should be coming this weekend. Hopefully get this room all built. So yeah, apart from that, I've been working costumes all week. I can show you what I've been working on. We did our nurse's costume. I've got right here a lab coat with a cap there. It's basically a male version of our nurse's costume. I'm making a bound mask as a part of an order from a customer. I'm also going to be making a bunch of bowling pins to hang for the freak room, so that's going to be something else. So anyway, I'm going to get to work, see what happens. Hi guys, so right now I'm heading to Valpo to take the movies back, and I figured I'd do a little review for you guys, tell you what I found, what I watched, and what I thought. So I got 3 movies. I got the Possession Experiment. I got Patient 79 and The Crucifixion. I'm gonna start with The Crucifixion because it's the first one I watched. So, The Crucifixion, I did some research on it. It came out in 2017, so it's actually kind of a recent movie. I thought it was older. And actually, this is a very good movie. The quality was really good. It must have been like one of those movies that was in theaters and just no one went to watch it, and I don't know why. It was a really good movie. It was not like your kind of typical exorcism, there's a ghost in the house, found footage kind of bullshit. It reminded me a lot of The Ring. If you watch that, if you like that, you'll like this movie. It was more of a mystery all around this crucifixion that happened to a nun as a part of an exorcism. So there's a lot of trying to figure out, was it a murder or was it actually, like, are demons real, yada yada. Really good movie. If you guys have a chance, check this out, The Crucifixion. Rent it at Family Video so we can keep Family Video open forever. The next one I got is Patient 79. This movie did not work, so I'm going to be trying to get a new copy so I can actually watch that one. The last one was the Possession Experiment. This movie sucks. That was very much a B-rated movie in every sense of the word. It was very much like a college film or something like that. Like, the production quality wasn't great, the camera work wasn't great, the lighting wasn't great, the script kind of sucked. And it was weird because there'd be like a drone shot that was really cool, and then there'd be a crappy shot right after it. So you could just tell that, like, they had multiple cameras and some of them weren't very good. But it did have it had Bill Moseley in it for like one scene. Right at the start of it, he plays a priest that ends up dying. I don't know, the script just wasn't very good. They tried for a lot of like awful and really shocking things, like I said, Bill Moseley is playing a priest and he dies when he gets fucked by a girl who is possessed by a demon, and then she stabs him with a crucifix. So that's how that happens. And it looked like crap. The audio sounded like crap. Not a very good movie. I would skip that one unless you're into crappy movies. If it's something you like, check it out. I'm going to the store. Let's get some new movies. That was a review for you guys. Alright guys, quick update on what I did last night. So, I came here last night and I did a bit of sculpting and molding. This right here is a half of a two-part mold of a bowling pin that we'll be using in the freak room. We'll also have these props that we are making available at Midwest Haunters if you're interested in them. And then when I mixed up that batch of plaster, I brought it out here because Devin had missed one spot right here where all that burlap is, where there was a crack and she didn't really add anything to it. So I fixed that, so that's covered up and bonded. Yesterday I had Devin mix up a bunch of plaster and just kind of fill in all this and fix it. So today we will flip it over, make sure all of our clay is all cleaned out, and then repair all of our cracks on the inside. Right now I'm gonna mold the other half of our bowling pin so that maybe later tonight I can come and start pouring these up. and I'll show you how I do that. I'll be doing a latex pour, and then I'll be using this that I got, Flex Foam at 3. This is from, it's a smooth-on product. You can find it online. It's kind of expensive, but it does go a long way. So we're gonna work that. I've only used expanding foam like that a few times, and I've only ever used this one here, Flex Foam 5. And this one expands, I believe, 25 times its original content. So we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna make the other half of this mold, and I kind of show you how I do it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip this over, and I'll probably have to repair the other half of our mold a bit. So here is our backside. It's actually not too bad. I'm gonna remove our clay wall and see what we got underneath that. Alright, so here is our backside. It's actually not too bad. Little bit of stuff here, but I can easily fix that. And then I just got to make sure I clean all of our mold wall clay out. So there's like little chunks like this. All that has to come out so we can do the other side of our mold wall. Also, if you do this, make sure that any excess chunks that are kind of on our side end up broken off. You just don't want those to be a part of your mold wall. So any of that excess, like along here, needs to be broken off. One thing you'll also notice is I left this part unplastered. I did that on purpose. The reason is that's the spout I'll use when I pour up our latex and all that. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do after I've cleaned this up, which I've already done, is one more kind of note is you'll notice that I put these little indents in here, and all I did there was like I used a finger and just poked little holes. What those are keys, which will make sure that my mold lines up just perfectly on each side. So those are in there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna paint on a layer of Vaseline to make sure this releases properly once it's all done, and I'm gonna mix up plaster and mold this half. Thank you guys very much.